Andrea Berta's first 60 days in charge of Arsenal is going to be momentous. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be thrilling. It's going to have everything that you want as an Arsenal fan. But some Arsenal fans are still not going to be satisfied. I'm Tyne out here for TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, and turn that notification on because the road to 1,000 subscribers is nearly here. 96 more people need to hit that subscribe button to hit me 1,000 subscribers. Okay, let's go. First stage of Andrea Berta's appointment as sporting director is in effect. Between the 1st of April and the 1st of June, 60 days is going to lapse. 60 days of pure hard work under this stewardship with Mikel Arteta at his side is going to transform Arsenal into a 100-point winning title team. That's right. I'm going to say it again. Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta are going to transform Arsenal into a 100-point winning Premier League team. I'm saying it now. I'm calling it. It sounds crazy. It sounds ludicrous. Give me 8 minutes of your time to prove myself right. Okay. First 6 steps is going to happen. And these 6 steps are going to come up on the screen right now. And it's going to be understanding team needs and goals. It's going to be assess the current financial state. Who is staying versus who is going? Who is in the wish list of targets and how does it impact the team? Stage 5, proceed in making offers for incoming and also negotiating on sell for players who's going. Stage 6, at the end of the summer transfer window, have we hit the targets that we wanted to? Did we get the plays in? Did we get the plays out? And have we now got a team that's going to be 100-point winning Premier League team? So let's start off with number 1, understanding the team's needs and goals. So, of course, Andrea Berta would have had conversations with Mikel Arteta before he got the job. He would have done this in his interview. He would have understood, okay, what is it that the team needs? What is it? What's the goals? Let me understand what your version is, and then let me tell you what I already know about the team, what my conclusion is on this, and how I can help you get there and achieve those things. Those conversations would have happened with Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta would have outlined his frustration that he needs a forward player, but not just any forward player, a forward player that fits in the mold of how he wants to play. Now, a lot of supporters out there will be going, well, we know what you need. You just need goals. You need goals. You need goals. Mikel Arteta thinks totally different than you and I think of what a forward player is. But on top of that, the team needs and goals are totally different. The club will have a vision. They'll be saying, okay, this is what we currently have as a squad. This is what we want. And this is what we need as well. We also need our academy players to come through and emerge. We've now seen the likes of Miles Lewis-Skelly. We've got Ethan Waneri. And the next one on the books is the Max Dowman. We need more of those to come through as well to facilitate, not just by spending 200 million every single summer or 50 million in the January window. We can't sustain that. So we also need to rely on the youth. So that is the team's needs and goals. Number 2, assess the current financial state. So I think in January, the club made a decision which was, we're not going to spend big. We got this person coming in the summer. We're going to make resources available to you that this club has never seen, that this Mikel Arteta and Edu, when he was here, have never seen. They kept their powder dry. It was, we could go for striker now. We can get someone in, but that's not going to be the main person that you want. The main person that you want is only 6 months away. If you can still maintain the current state that you're in, we can go out and we can blow the market up. We can get you the midfielder, the winger, the striker that you so desperately need, Mikel. We can go from a 19-man squad to a 23, 24-man squad and still be competitive, so we can build a team that can give you 100-point championship winning side. So Andrea Berta will be sitting there going, okay, so I've got this amount of money. I can sell some players. Of course I can. But will I get those funds? Will I get 60% of it? Will I get 70%? Will I get maybe 80% of what I've sold added to the ready funds that's allotted to me to go and make this 100-point winning Premier League championship winning side? And the answer to that is, I think, is a big yes. So once he now knows what the financial state is, he's now going to go into the market. And we've already started hearing the noise of the Victor Gyökeres, the Martin Zubimendi, the Nico Williams, the Leroy Sané out there. We've already seen 4 players. Juan Garcia is already linked to Arsenal. I think they should be looking at a Tyreek Mitchell in the free transfer with the Leroy Sané as well to add to this squad. So what's process number 3? That is who is staying versus who is going. Now, you look at the squad and you start thinking, okay, we need to bring players in at the same time, but we also need to sell some players to balance the books in some creative way. We're not going to do a Chelsea and start selling the women's team and start selling a car parking space in the training ground. No, we're going to look at the players that we have got. So it could be a Zinchenko, a Kivior. It could be also, the last but not least, a Lissandro Trossard. I could say Martinelli, but we're going to get onto that versus the staying and who's going. But I think those 3 players there are players who will command money and we should be able to sell with ease as well. You've got players who are on loan, which is yours, Lokonga, your Tavares, they're on loan. You've got Vieira, they're on loan. So that's maybe 6 players that could depart Arsenal, or not could depart, should depart Arsenal. Also, pure profit coming in from a Reece Nelson sell as well. You're not going to get much. You're going to get between the 10 to 15 million for Reece Nelson with his hamstring injury. So that's 7 players that Arsenal can sell, capitalize on, make some money, add it on to the already, oh my God, blockbuster transfer kitty that they have got. It frees up it frees up wages as well. So then you can then go after bigger, better targets to make Arsenal a 100-point winning championship side. Hopefully the Champions League as well. Okay, process number 5. Proceed in making offers for income and also negotiating on sales. I kind of missed the stage here when I said stage 4, basically, who's the dream target. Let's go back to that one. Stage 4. Who's the dream target and who they want to come in? And again, I've already mentioned the names of Victor Gyökeres, Martin Zubimendi, Nico Williams, and the Juan Garcia, the goalkeeper. So that's 4 targets there that Arsenal will be paying out money to bring them in. No doubt that's going to happen. But also, to sprinkle the little sprinkles on top, you got to go after Leroy Sané, Tyreek Mitchell as well. You add in a left back, you add in a right winger. Why the left back? Because I believe Miles Lewis-Skelly, that's his position now. But you get someone in of a Tyreek Mitchell in from a Crystal Palace on a free transfer. He would help push on a Miles Lewis-Skelly. You don't always need someone to invert as the left back. Sometimes having someone different helps you build a squad that can front all different occasions, home and away, different oppositions, keep him thinking, keep him guessing. And I'm hoping that Berta can actually get that into Mikel Arteta's mind and tell him, you have these options out there that can help the squad be better. Going for a Leroy Sané, again, someone with experience, 29 years of age, who's seen it, who's been there, who's done it. He's done it in the Premier League with a Manchester City, went back to Bayern Munich. And when I say go back, he just went back home to Germany. And he's done wonders there. He's out of contract. Yes, he earns big money there currently at Bayern Munich. But no doubt he will command big money for the next club he goes to. And Arsenal can pay a decent wage. They don't have to pay a transfer fee. They'll have to pay a sign-on fee, but that can just be a 10, 15 million pound sign-on fee. No big deal there. His wages could cause a problem, though, around a £300,000 a week. But if Arsenal can negotiate that down and still, give him good minutes, then Arsenal could be eschewing there. So they bolstered the right wing, as well as having a Lewis Skelly, and Ethan Ranieri there. But Ethan Ranieri don't have to worry too much being on the right-hand side. He can just be the deputy to a Martin Odegaard. That then makes Arsenal a bit stronger in those departments. Bringing in a Nico Williams on the left, bringing in a Leroy Sané on the right, bringing in a Tyreek Mitchell. Arsenal are going to be cooking big time. I didn't even mention Gyökeres and the Juan Garcia at the same time. So, what's your thoughts so far in the show? Have you liked what I've said? Does it make sense at all? If it does, give it a big like, give it a notification, and give that a subscribe as well. Not in those 3 orders. Subscribe first, then a like, and then turn on your notification. We can keep on going. Okay. So what I'm saying to you is this: in the 6 processes that I've pretty much started in the beginning, kind of outlined just a moment ago, He has got 60 days to transform this Arsenal team into a 100-point Premier League winning side for next season, for the 25 to 26 season. This could be Mikel Arteta's last season going into next season. Some people will be saying, thank goodness. Some people may be saying, no, I think, you know what, now we've got Andrea Berta in the mix. This is what Mikel Arteta needs, is someone stronger, someone with a contact list that when he calls, people pick up the phone. They know it's a serious conversation. When he gets in touch with players' agents, they know, okay, this is a serious negotiation. We're talking. Yeah, we like the idea. We like the idea of Mikel Arteta. We've seen what he's done at Arsenal from when he first came in. Okay, they won the FA Cup. They finished eighth, then they finished fifth, and then they finished second, and potentially again second now for this season. So they are on the upwards trajectory now. Adding in my sort of client that I've got, yes, that can help Arsenal go on and be a 100-point winning Premier League team. Many fans out there think that's not the case. Mikel Arteta is not the person to do it. He's unproven. He's rubbish. He's just a cone collector. That to me is just nonsense that people spout one thing, it sounds quite good, and then the masses just follows on. I think Mikel Arteta has a lot of potential. So much potential that Arsenal fans forget. Before Mikel Arteta, we were struggling to get back into the Champions League when Arsene Wenger got us dumped out of the Champions League back into the Europa League. And then Unai Emery came in, and then he didn't do too well as the Arsenal manager. He got us to the Europa League final. We got battered by Chelsea, and then it fell apart halfway through the second season that he was in charge. Mikel Arteta came in, picked up the reins, had to dump out a load of players, and fans were saying, "Oh, we've got no Aubameyang. He doesn't like strikers. He doesn't like big names. He doesn't like egos." That could be true. But then again, who likes working with people or being associated with people with big egos? You're thinking they're more than what they really are. No one. Let's just be honest. But now with Andrea Berta coming in, Arsenal are in the mix of something special. And this summer with the Cronkies, they're going to unleash the might of a pure war chest. You've seen the names already linked to Arsenal. Zubimendi, who pretty much was linked to Arsenal, then to Liverpool, now back to Arsenal, then Real Madrid, and now the likes of a David Ornstein is coming out and saying, "Now, listen, I'm expecting this deal to be done." So Zubimendi's going to be coming in, Jorginho's going to be going, Thomas Partey, keep this one in mind, could get a 1-year extension, but it's going to be on less wages. But if you keep this would be a good midfield for me. You got your Declan Rice, you got your Marino, you then got your Zubimendi in there as well. That's 3 good midfielders, in my opinion. You then add in your Martin Odegaard up top, and you sprinkle it with a Zubimendi. That's 5 good pieces right there. If you go for the left back, I would like to see Lewis Skelly there, and I would like to see a Tyreek Mitchell come in, push Calafiore over back into the backup of a Gabriel. You got Saliba there as well. Do you keep Kivior for another year? But at the same time, you still got a Timber and a Ben White who could play the right side of the centre back. You still got Tommy Asu who's there, who's just going to be deputising more than anything else. He's not a starter. He's always broken, but at least if you've got him there, if you've got him half fit or fit, he will then be a backup as well as a right back or a right centre back. So then Arsenal then go into the goalkeepers. You then got your David Raya. You bring in a Juan Garcia that comes in as a deputy. You then still have Tommy Setford there, and you got other emerging talents coming through in there. You go to the wingers. You got your Saka. You got Ethan Waneri who can play out wide there and the wide right as well. Raheem Sterling's going back to Chelsea, thank goodness. And then on the left-hand side, you got a Martinelli and you got a Trossard, who both have not really lit up this season. And I don't want to be that one season wonder person where you look at a player, you judge them on the season, you say, okay, they're good, keep them there. They have half decent. I'm not too sure. They have a rubbish season. Okay, it's time to let them go. But I will say this, Trossard, I think you can afford to let him go, bring in some money. Martinelli, you still keep him. He's still young. He's still raw, and he can still develop into a fantastic player. You bring in a Nico Williams, and then then you still have 2 really unproven players. Yes, Nico Williams did win the European Championships with Spain not so long ago, but I don't know if I'm not overly convinced with Nico Williams. He doesn't really pull up big numbers in terms of goals or terms of assists. but it still would be exciting. It still would be dynamic because you still have two pace merchants there, and I love wingers with pace. I love wingers with pace. On the right hand side, you got Bukayo Saka. Yes, the talisman for Arsenal, the face of Arsenal. He is Arsenal basically right here, right now. You saw when he made his comeback against Fulham coming off on what I think like maybe the 60th or 70th minute. 7 minutes later, boom, he scores a goal. And I don't know if you noticed, but every single team member kind of got a rose from it. Arsenal pretty much had nothing to play for in the Premier League, but it was a packed out stadium. Saka's coming on. People were going ballistic. He scores a goal. The stadium erupts. Boom, 3 points to Arsenal. Okay, they're not in the race for the Premier League, but they're still in a position to finish second, and they finish second. Well done to Mikel Arteta. You then go up front. Arsenal don't have anyone there because Jesus and Kai Havertz are both out for the rest of the season. But should Arsenal go after the Victor Gyökeres rather than going for the Benjamin Sesko? I think that's a better option there. Gyökeres is okay. He's older, but he scores more goals consistently. A lot of people say he's just a penalty merchant, but hey, you're still from 12 yards out. You still got to put the ball in the back of the net. That's a skill set we could do with that skill set. Oh, I want Alexander Isak. Loads of fans are crying out for. I don't know. He's a great player. They're both great players, Gyökeres and Isak. Both Swedish internationals. Yes, they are. But still give me Gyökeres. He's still going to be a cheaper option. He's still going to allow us to go after bigger players in other positions that we need. I'm not the one that says, okay, let's blow 140, 150, 120, whatever it takes to get Isak in the door and leave ourselves short in other positions. That's just suicidal, pretty much what we've done this season. With a tiny, tiny squad, injuries hits us, it leaves us vulnerable. No, go to a player who can still put the ball in the back of the net, who has a record that's better than Isak, who's better in the air than Isak. Give me that player. Because they both score goals, but Gyökeres actually scores that much more. Okay, so I'm tying out here for TK24 Sports. Again, Road to 1000 is on. Andrea Berta's first 60 days in charge. He has a lot to do. And also, my goodness, how did I forget? Contracts. 4 players, new contracts are needed. 2027 is when they're going to expire. Gabriel, Martinelli, Saka, Saliba. The last one I mentioned is the most important one. The other 3 will sign on the dotted line in a heartbeat. You put the contracts in front of them right now, they'll be like, okay, cool. Is there a pay increase? Kinda. Okay, cool. Don't matter. How long for? 3-4 years? I'll give me the 4 years. Yeah, done, son. Saliba's the one where we have to literally sit down and show him this is what it's all about. Okay, there's noise in the background about Real Madrid. They want you on a free. Yeah, cool. That's what they do. Real Madrid are cheap-ass people now. They can't even afford to pay a penny for players. So they want to take every star player that's out there in the world and get them on a free. We had to show Saliba that we mean business. We have to show Saliba that we're building a 100-point championship winning team. And by doing so, that's going to be this summer. And I'm telling you, we get the one Garcia, we get a Tyreek Mitchell, we get a Nico Williams, we get a Martin Zubimendi, we get a Leroy Sané, and we get a Victor Gyökeres in. Saliba's like, damn, I need to be a part of this. Okay, we got to the quarterfinals of the Champions League 2 years in a row. We've finished 3 years in a row as runners-up. With this team, we're going to dominate. And I'm here as well. So I'm signing right now. So I'm tying out here for TK24 Sports. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, turn that notification on. Road to 1000 is here. Andrea Berta is here. 60 days. In his first 60 days, this is what he has to do. He knows what the team's needs and goals are. He knows what the financial strength is on this current Arsenal squad. He then knows, okay, who we're looking at, who do we want and who do we need to get rid of. He then knows, okay, what's the team structure? How's it going to affect the team? Should we get these players in? He then knows, okay, I need to go and make the bids and the offers and get them in, plus get the players out, plus sign up players as well. Then knows at the end of the transfer window, have I done enough? Is this an 8 out of 10 window? If it's an 8 out of 10, boom, Andrea Berta's hit the target. That's pretty much a 10 out of 10. I'm tying out here for TK24 Sports.